Behind every face and every action, there's a name. And the search for those names, well, that's where these stories begin. I'm Fox 4 senior reporter Caitlin Knapp, and I'm on a mission to get to know the names we know and perhaps find the ones we don't. Along with detectives working in the same communities you call home, we're all working to find answers and closure in these sunshine crimes. In this room, there are unidentified skulls from around the world. 4 of them were found right here in Southwest Florida. I'm Fox 4 senior reporter Caitlin Knapp at Ringling College in Sarasota. It's here where one man is on a mission to identify the skulls and give them their name back. We all have a personal story that defines us, and it's ours to tell. But some of those stories are being told by people inside this room.
This is a story. There's 10 active cases that need to be told.
Those stories have one thing in common. They don't have a name.
They were born with a name and they've lost it. So let's give it back to them.
Joe Mullins specializes in forensic imaging, and he's also a professor at George Mason University. He's determined to give faces to all unidentified skulls across the country.
The big picture is I want to clear the shelves of the ME's offices across the U.S.
He's doing that with the help of students, staff, and law enforcement by holding a workshop at Ringling College to show them how to make a clay facial approximation. Mullins is working with local medical examiners' offices to do that.
No investigator is going to give me or a bunch of art students a bunch of real skulls.
The ME's office in Southwest Florida let him take a 3D scan of 4 skulls.
But it's like spray painting the object
using a company called Pharaoh. Then, after a 3D print, Mullins and people in this room got to work, like senior Noah Shadowins.
It is a great mystery to work on.
I was here when Shadowins came to the workshop last year.
This is the first face I've ever sculpted. I'm a little more comfortable this time because it's less guesswork on the bottom half.
For 5 days, he worked on a case from Southwest Florida.
His nose has been broken, his jaw is a little bit crooked.
Well, some of the other agencies decided to send their artists here to learn how to do this.
The Orange County Sheriff's Office sent 2 detectives to work on a homicide case. New Jersey State Police and even officers from Luxembourg and Europe came with their own cases too.
This is the opportunity to put that face out there and hopefully give resolution to these cases for the investigators.
Investigators like Fort Myers cold case detective Richard Harrison.
There's a lot of unidentified human remains in the whole country. There's not enough artists like this out there doing this.
He drove up to Sarasota because one of his homicide cold cases is getting a face done personally by Mullins.
Now, this particular case that we brought here today, we've had this done. This is the 3rd time we've had this procedure done.
The man's remains were found on a dirt road east of Ortiz in 2007, but Harrison says he was likely killed between 1994 and 96. Despite the longevity of the cold case, he believes someone can identify him.
These people that are in the class are doing what I call God's work.
What Mullins calls art with a purpose. According to reports I obtained, this woman's skull was found in a Cape Coral canal in May 2024, and she died within the past 3 years. She's middle-aged and either Asian, white, or Hispanic. This African-American man's skull was found at a commercial tree nursery in Clewiston in 2020, but likely died years before. And this man's remains, Shadowin's case, he was found near a transient camp in Fort Myers in 2024 and likely died that year or in 2023.
I haven't had the opportunity to see what it's like to be solved, and I'm chasing that feeling of, oh, they recognize this person.
Well, days after the workshop, someone did. Harrison called me and said, though it wasn't his case, he did some digging. After looking at the case file and having the facial approximation Shadowins made, he was able to track down a potential family member who looked at this and said it was their loved one, Shane Williams. The medical examiner's office was able to confirm it. This is your calling, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
These aren't skulls, it's somebody's mom, it's somebody's dad, somebody's brother. So we need to tell these stories, we need to get it out there, we need to get the picture out there.
You can get another good look at the faces at fox4now.com. And if you recognize anyone, call police. In Sarasota, Caitlin Knapp, Fox 4.